today, actually the next 2 days is all about America, we're gonna say, and what made America and some of the events that led up to America becoming America. And today we are at America's ship, yes, the USS Constitution at the Boston Naval Shipyards. Now, the USS Constitution and access to it is free of charge. Currently, there is a mask mandate. When you're indoors, you have to have a mask on. But we're going to spend time today checking out the USS Constitution, the USS Constitution Museum. I know that plane's going to be a problem. And then we're going to go from here over to the Boston Tea Party area, and we're going to see a reenactment and be able to participate in the actual Boston Tea Party and get a little history about that.
So excited.
So let's talk about the 2-day ticket that we bought.
All right, so the ticket process. If you go onto the Boston Tea Party's website, there are different options of the different types of tickets that you could get.
I'll put a link in the description below for
Absolutely.
that website.
So there's 1 day, 2 day, all the different types of things. The one that we chose to do is a 2-day ticket, and we are going to get the entry to the Boston Tea Party Museum. We can hop on and off of the trolley that goes all around Boston, the Freedom Trail, all of the museums, everything that you need for 2 days. And we're going to get a 90-minute harbor cruise, and I believe that was $92 a person.
Oh, hey, don't forget to ring the bell. I just heard
Ring the
them doing
bell.
it. So it's like $92 a person per ticket. Again, it's good for 2 days, so
Yep.
We're gonna be here 2 days in a row.
So when they made these ships, apparently they made them for us little people. We have seen a lot of taller people having to walk all scrunted down and stuff, and here I am just walking normal. It's awesome.
She's very happy.
I'm very happy. Finally a place for short people.
Okay, so we just finished our tour of the USS Constitution, which is right behind us. Man, that's amazing.
Wow, it's very amazing.
You want to talk about some iconic American history? This is it. This is a ship that was originally commissioned by George Washington, one of 6 that were commissioned at the time. And the name, the Constitution, was actually one of 10 names submitted to George Washington by the Secretary of War, Timothy Pickering, at the time. She was built between the time of 1794 and 1797 and was launched in 1797. For me, kind of a rare known fact, because I didn't know this, her first 2 launch attempts failed. So it was on the 3rd launch attempt that she finally made it in the water and was able to go set sail.
We were not able to find out why the first 2 attempts failed, but it's pretty interesting to learn something like that.
Right. So if you're in the Boston area, you're definitely going to want to come check this out.
And turn to whoever you want to offend and say, "Bye." You're already an angry mob. Well done. Now, I'd like to welcome forth the leader of this meeting, Mr. Samuel Adams. Huzzah!
discuss yet another crisis forced upon us, supposedly on behalf of our monarch, King George III. Out in Boston Harbor today are 3 ships, the Eleanor, the Dartmouth, and the brig Beaver, and their holds are fit to bursting with 340 crates of East India Company tea. Now, as per the law demands, each of these vessels has 20 days after boarding to unload their cargo and pay the duty or the tax on tea. Tomorrow marks the 20th day for the ship Dartmouth, making this body of the people all the more integral. This is our final chance to affect these events in our favor.
Huzzah!
Earlier this day, the ship's owner, Francis Roach, left to obtain word from our esteemed royal governor, Thomas Hutchinson. A man who abandoned the cause of the people years ago, yet now he stands as the only one who can grant a pass to allow these vessels to return to England without unloading their pernicious cargo. Francis left several hours ago. We may only await his return and pray that the government will listen to reason. For if that cargo is unloaded, you, the people of Boston, shall be forced to pay this unjust tax on tea. We were told that these taxes were to pay our debts from the French and Indian War, a debt that I humbly believe we have paid 1,000 times over.
Here, here, here.
Was it not our fathers, our brothers, many of us here who fought alongside the king and his men during that conflict?
Here, here.
If there was ever a debt to be paid, I say we did so at the expense of blood. Good New England blood.
Well said, sir.
Price we have paid for too often, lest we forget 5 innocent Bostonians gunned down in King Street in March of 1770. Mrs. McIntosh, I'm so sorry about your brother.
Thank you, sir.
Massacred by the very British regulars that were sent to protect our streets. Now, thanks to the work of my cousin John Adams, we gave those men a fair trial. And the entire 29th Regiment was soon recalled thereafter. But that alone's not enough, no. I say nothing short of a total evacuation of all those bloody-backed troops will satisfy the public mind and preserve the peace. There appears to be an ever-growing hole in the purse of the English treasury, and now their greedy eyes have turned to our tea. If Lord North wishes to force a 3-penny tax on tea to signify the supremacy of Parliament and its supposed right to tax the colonies, well, then I say we demand representation!
Here, here.
The Magna Carta of 1215, our Charter of 1691, these are the very historical facts of our British liberties, and they make it clear no British subject shall be taxed without the consent of their representatives. If we pay taxes like Englishmen, if we go to war and fight like Englishmen, then we deserve the same basic rights as Englishmen. If they desire to strip us of our legal rights to representation, well, then I say they have no right to force more duty upon us, and we have no duty to pay.
Here, here.
We must all remember the spirited words of James Otis that echoed throughout State House Square and rang throughout these beloved colonies like a trumpet from heaven. And if you know the words, you can say it along with me. Taxation without representation is tyranny. And now he has forced our hand. For if we do not act, customs officials will board those ships, unload that tea, give it to those insipid, hand-picked merchants, the consignees, and you, the people of Boston, shall be forced to pay this unjust tax. And any merchant who refuses to buy or sell this foul brew will be strangled by monopoly. The time has come for you, the people of Boston, to decide what to do.
So
So the only people close enough to see through our disguises and tell who we are, well, it's one another. I mean, certainly we know one another. We know who we came with. We're co-workers, family members. We go to the same shops, the same churches, the same schools. And so to make sure that we don't tell and accidentally incriminate one another, I'm swearing us all to an oath of secrecy. If you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I won't tell.
I won't tell.
Well, that should about cover it. Now, we are going to throw these 3 crates of tea into the sea. There will be more opportunities, not to worry. There are 114 crates aboard. And our first volley, we're going to need our strongest, our bravest, perhaps our youngest, to come forward and throw these 3 crates into the harbor. And perfect, it seems that we have 3. Great. So now, on my count of 3, we're going to haul these into Boston Harbor. 1, 2, 3! Woo!